I think action से लोगों का पेट भरा हुआ है. So I think that's something that I'm actually happy about. I like the fact that my film is a clutter breaker.
The kind of films that have been made, mostly at least the ones that I've seen, that have been made on AI, have been more serious.
For me, that was one of the major reasons why I agreed to do this film, because I felt that it was quirky. Hi guys, this is Shahid Kapoor.
And I'm Kriti Sanon, and you're watching us on PeepingMoon.
Kriti, Shahid, welcome to PeepingMoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your movie is coming at a time when the industry's seen a lot of action films. It's coming as a welcome break and an unconventional love story. How do you all feel about that? Is there any kind of apprehension that too much of action, people still want action, so we're coming out with a very different kind of love story? Do you have any apprehensions about that, or you're just very confident and going ahead?
I think action से लोगों का पेट भरा हुआ है. So ऐसा नहीं है that there is a lack of action. So I think that's something that I'm actually happy about. I like the fact that my film is a clutter breaker. I mean, when you agree to do a film which is a high concept film about the love story between man and AI or robot or Sifra, as she is known in the film, you know you're trying to do something that will break the clutter. You're not going for a conventional choice. You're going for something unconventional. You're trying to make it in a way that's accessible, so everybody, even the conventional audience, can relate to it. And you're putting it out there in the theaters. And we're coming at a time where there isn't a film like this, whether it's the genre of a love story or it is a high concept film, where the subject in itself is the biggest USP of the film and not how, it's the what. And these days, most of the films that we make are about how it happened, because the what is like there is nothing new people have left. But this is a new what, So, and for me, that I think is a good thing, because I'm always happy to change the mood and break the atypical choice, coming out with something that's different. It's always exciting for me. So I'm actually happy that on 9th of Feb, we're coming out with a love story. And I'm hoping, like you said, that people have been given a lot of action and they're now in the mood for something different. So yeah.
I think it's refreshing for me. I think it's a nice thing कि ऐसी movie काफी time से आई नहीं है. And like he said, it's a very different film. There's no reference point to this kind of a film. ऐसी film शायद यहाँ बनी नहीं है इससे पहले. इस genre में चाहे वो romance हो, with a lot of comedy, with family, it's also, I feel, a film that's made for all age groups. Like, I've been seeing the response to the trailer, and whether it is like youngsters, whether it's kids, whether it's aunties, mummies, like in general, like everyone's been really positive about it, because they feel like they've not seen something like this. It will be fun, it'll be entertaining. It is a film that you can watch with your entire family. You can really just go and have fun and just like come out with a good positive feeling, with a smile. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you feel something. It's unique because of the concept of a human falling in love with a robot. What is it going to happen? Is it an impossible love story? Is it going to be possible? So it's intriguing, but at the same time, it feels like it's going to be an entertaining film, which it is.
This genre has been widely explored by Hollywood. Number of movies have come there.
Yeah.
Not so much our industry.
Yeah.
Have you all kind of seen these Hollywood movies as audience, or maybe as a case study to see what you should do or not do in this particular project?
Are you talking about the genre, or are you talking about the robot aspect of it?
The robot
AI
aspect. Yeah.
Because even there, I feel like the kind of films that have been made, mostly at least the ones that I've seen, that have been made on AI, have been more serious.
You've had this thing about falling in love with a robot, or a robot falling in love with a man.
More done like Her,
Zoe.
But those are like kind of serious films. They're not like, I don't think
not
they have comedy in it.
So see,
for example,
the thing is to make a film where you show a robot who is so close to being a real human being. If you try and make an extremely real film about that, you will have to make it futuristic. Because it is something that will probably happen in the next 15 years, 20 years. So, but if you take a genre which is fun and it's light, and you put all the logics in place where the questions are answered, I think the audience will be okay to take that little leap of faith, because it comes in a certain kind of box, that I think for me...
packaging for it.
Yeah, for me, that was one of the major reasons why I agreed to do this film, because I felt that it was quirky. It was not taking itself seriously. Because when you take yourself seriously in a subject like that, it becomes very difficult to make it believable. But if it's believable and all your basics are in place and you're doing it in a quirky way, then I think it's easier for me to buy into it. Like if I was watching a Modern Family or a Schitt's Creek or a Friends and you play around with a high concept idea like this, I'd buy into it because I'm happy to be entertained and it's supposed to entertain me and it's supposed to be fun, you know, and I think that's the zone in which the fact that she is a robot and that there is AI, that's the tone with which we've dealt with it. And I think that's what makes it something that I could absorb and digest and actually really, really enjoy. Because once you accept it, then you're 100% going to be entertained because it's very funny and very quirky. And I think we have tried to ask each other all the questions and discuss everything internally so that when we are doing the scenes, it's there.
Also, I think ये जैसी film है, like there's love story between a human and a robot. Now, love stories, yeah, we've seen, but if you pick that love story and put it in a classic Indian family, I think the raita that happens and the fun that will be on screen, that I don't think has been done before, honestly.
Like you said, this kind of movie has not been done before. Did you all have a kind of workshop to get into these characters? Somebody to tell you don't.
I would leave a film if somebody asked me to workshop it.
Really?
I would not want to workshop. I'm happy to sit and talk and discuss, but
Yeah,
workshop,
let's say a talk.
But workshop just by yourself, not together.
I have my own weird way of doing it.
I found a difference between us. Nice.
Yeah, I would.
Because I really like workshops.
Given that this has not been done before,
I can't.
So how do you flesh out the character? You're going to be playing a robot.
Yeah,
so
see,
who told you how to do it?
See, it's not about who told you. There's a lot in the script.
Yeah, a lot of it comes
There's
from
a lot that comes from the script. I like discussing the character and the scenes with my directors because I think they've written it so they kind of also have a lot more clarity of how they're seeing these scenes. Besides that, I like sometimes for certain characters where I kind of don't know how I'm going to play it. I think I take like some 3-4 days and I do like a workshop for me which just gives me a lot more clarity where you're spending a lot more time in those few hours only thinking about the character and hitting and trying few things and seeing what works, what doesn't. Because especially a character like this, a lot of thinking is not just emotional and everything else is very different, but physically what you can use and what you can't use, small things. I think that I kind of like it if I have some sort of like guidance or a bouncing board or someone to, you know, just throw my ideas and say, yeah, ye acha lag raha hai ya nahi acha lag raha hai, ye kya hai? You know, like that. So I do that sometimes. I don't do it for all films, but when I feel like मुझे नहीं पता है और मेरे को ढूंढना पड़ेगा ये, that's when I like doing it.
Okay, you said that there's a lot to laugh in this movie.
Yeah.
It's very quirky. So is there kind of a happy ending and is there a message at the end?
There is a message.
There is a message.
Yes.
Like, you know,
but not a Gyani message.
Not a Gyani message, but telling us to get in touch with our emotions, not to be afraid of intimacy.
You're asking the end right now. How do we tell you the end?
Tell me yes or no.
I can tell you that there is a message. Now I can't tell you what that message is.
See, I've worked with Maddock before in many films also. I like that they at least try always to have some thought or they leave you with something to think about, you know. But they do it in a very entertaining manner. You know, it's never gyan, it's never bhashan, it's never something that, okay, I'm telling you now, listen to me. It's just said so smoothly and so by the way that, you know, you leave the theatre and then you're like, arey, you know, actually, I was thinking about that. So it's just a thought we might leave you with, but in a very entertaining manner.
See, you're going to be playing a robot. The earlier films that we had people like Rajinikanth and Shah Rukh Khan playing them. So their fans are going to be seeing those movies because of them. You know, they're seeing Shah Rukh Khan and Rajinikanth, but you're going to be enacting that character. So they're going to see you play that character.
But those
my
characters
character,
were not AI.
Yeah.
They were not AI. They were
not
robots.
AI.
This is AI.
They were
This
just
is AI.
robots, yeah.
So it's different from those.
Also, my character is very different from those characters.
Those are also action films. This is not an action film as such.
Not at all.
Those are the wrong expectations to have from this film.
Okay.
Also, every question that you might have in your head will be actually answered during the film.
Okay, one more question. After you make this film, is it the would you say that technology is taking us further apart or bringing us closer together?
It's a bit of both, maybe, because yes, we get closer to people who, you know, we could probably not talk to, like my cousins who stay in Canada. You know, we can like FaceTime, we can talk to each other like on videos, you know, and we can feel like we know each other's lives and we see each other, even if it's through technology. But we also at the same time are sitting on the dining table, everyone's in their phone. There are so many times, you know, like मेरे घर पे हमेशा होता है सुबह की चाय अगर सब घर पे हैं और शाम को जब चाय या कॉफ़ी पीते हैं और सब घर पे हैं, we kind of sit together, you know, and we're like talking. And there's so many times when somebody has to say, guys, leave your phones. Because I think we look at our phones a lot more than we actually talk to each other. You know, it's become like that. We're spending time on TikTok because it's kind of giving you what you really want. You know, the algorithm is set off the apps in such a way that you scroll one thing and then you keep scrolling and you don't know 2 hours have passed. You know, so I think, yeah, that way it's also got us like a little away from each other. So it's a bit of both. But in our film, like how we say, like, is it going to ever be able to take over humans? Is it going to be able to replace humans completely? That's a scary question, but it's kind of there.
What do you want to ask?
He asked whether you feel like technology is bringing us closer.
Bringing them closer or taking them away. Kind of what our film is dealing with. Our film is dealing with these themes pretty much. That how close is simulation or technology to human beings? Can it make you feel as normal as you would feel with a human being? So technology is definitely entering our lives in a big way. And like she said, it'll have both kinds of effects, good and bad. But at this point in time, we need to worry about the bad. The good is already there. We need to worry about the bad is what I feel.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
and good
you.
luck with the
Thank
film.
you.
Thank you.